Dear students, this is a sample book review. In fact, this is the second book review on our channel. Do check the playlist where you will get the book review of The 20th Wife. In today's session, I'm going to review the book Circe. The Greek pronunciation is Circe, but here I will use the English pronunciation, and that's Circe. Name of the author Madeline Miller. Year of publishing 2018, April 10th. Number of pages 393. Price of the book rupees 239. Publisher Little Brown and Company. You will get these details from any search engine. Choose a book of your choice and search these particulars and keep these pieces of information prepared beforehand before you go to the examination hall. If you haven't done this, do this today. Now, the body. But before discussing the body, I will once again point out that format may vary slightly. Unfortunately, this is the present scenario and I will point this out again and again, although some of you may tell me that, ma'am, you do not know the format and the format is wrong. In some schools, teachers have asked to write the ISBN number as well. Do as instructed by your teacher. There is no problem at all, be rest assured. Next, mythology has always been providing mankind with stories that last a lifetime and forever. The opening statement, and in the opening statement itself, I have used one of the most important points of this novel, and that is mythology. These stories never grow old, the timelessness of mythology. But a retelling of these adds a different flavor. So this is a retelling. Madeline Miller's second book, an important piece of information, this is Miller's second book, Circe, is a retelling of Greek mythology. It tells the story of one of the most infamous characters of the Greek legends, Circe. But yes, she tells the story from Circe's perspective. This novel, the genre, belongs to the genres of historical fiction and fantasy fiction. The introduction must make a mark. The examiner must feel interested to read your review, and you must write in such a way that you will be able to convince the examiner and the readers that this book is indeed a good book and they may read it. Madeline Miller's second book. You need to mention this in all cases. Whatever book you choose, give a context. Change the paragraph. Always change paragraphs. Don't make this mistake. This is serious. Always change paragraphs. The dreaded witch of the island, Aya, is given a human touch. A critical comment. The dreaded witch is given a human touch. She finds a scope here to express her complaints, desires, frustrations and longings which perhaps no one has ever bothered to consider. Dear students, if you have read this book, you will understand this book review. And if you have not read this book, no problem. Just go through this video to find out what must you write in a good book review. And then mention the plot, the synopsis in brief. Circe is the daughter of Helios, god of the sun, and Perse, an Oceanid nymph. Despite her divinity, she is less beautiful and lacks the skills of her siblings. So she is largely shunned and ridiculed among the godly. When she falls in love with a mortal who is fated to age and die, she is desperate enough to experiment with potions, witchcraft, discovering her own ability to bend the world to her will. This is the synopsis. If you are not yet prepared, look for the synopsis of a book of your choice from the search engine. Miller's book is a pleasure to read, which combines lively stories and engrossing style that makes it impossible for anyone to leave in between. The critical comment. There is excitement and emotion, suspense and revelation, natural and supernatural. The book is a perfect blend of the possible and the impossible. What are the key features? What are the salient features of the book, of the storytelling, of the author? Mention that. And then write about the language and other salient features. The language is fluid and simple, though conveying strong thoughts. The length of the book does not hinder its readability. Weaving together Homer's tale with other sources, Miller crafts a classic tale of female empowerment. Mention the theme. A spiritual sequel to Miller's Song of Achilles, this book too demands a heartfelt reading. Mention the synopsis, the summary, the theme, the genre, and critical comment. Analyze the text critically and you will have a good book review. And underline the name of the literary text. Underline the names of the books that you are going to mention in your review. My dear students, let's move on to something very interesting. Now some tips on how to write book review and a list of books which you may review. The Hungry Tide. This book is written by Amitav Ghosh and the publisher is HarperCollins. Number of pages 400, cost of the book rupees 330 and publication date 2005. The genre is psychological fiction and this book won the 2004 Hutch Crossword Book Award for Fiction. The Hungry Tide. If you have read this book, you may review it as well. Then comes The Palace of Illusions. Name of the book, The Palace of Illusions, a novel. Author of the book, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, and we have many other books of Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Number of pages 360, cost of the book rupees 185, publisher Pan Macmillan India or Macmillan, publication date 2009, the genre novel historical fiction. Don't worry my dear students, if you search these things, you will get it anywhere in any search engine. Next, Milkman. And this book won 2018 Man Booker Prize. Name of the book, Milkman. Author of the book, Anna Burns. Number of pages, 368. Publisher, Faber and Faber. Price of the book, rupees 449. Publication date, 15th May 2018. The genre is historical, psychological fiction and novel. You may also review Luminaries and then Thousand Splendid Suns, Kite Runner, Song of Achilles. You may review classics like Wuthering Heights, Gulliver's Travels, anything. But try not to review your textbooks. Okay? So, still there is time. Sit down and prepare your book review beforehand. If your teacher has asked you to write down the ISBN number, again, check the search engine, you will get the ISBN number. Don't worry about the format, follow the school, follow us for the tips and you will do well.